And I've got a rubbish camera in again. For the penultimate time this season then, for Division 1 in SLR F1, it is lights out and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Duncan in the Alpha gets a pretty good start. He's already alongside VR going into turn 1. He's down the inside of the McLaren, but he's going to have the outside for turn 2, but he's got it done, so...
Oh, contact at the back.
He takes the lead. Riggsy's up 2 as well off the start, and now he's on the back of Liam for P3. We've got yellow flags and a full course, is that, or is that just a VSC? We've got front wing flying everywhere as well. Lewis with a 5-second penalty for a collision.
McEwen had I think it was McEwen, it was one of the Ferraris, had a big moment on the exit of turn 2. Klopp, I think, had a bit of contact, but from the looks of it, he's escaped without any substantial damage. He might not have any damage at all, although if it's sort of light green on his wing, I won't be able to tell. Oh, that's a racing point off. Kuman's gone off behind the VSC just on the restart. Gone into the wall at turn 7. I'm just checking to see if he's got any damage, but he looks to be struggling. I'm not quite sure what happened to him there. Just saw him sort of veering off to the left-hand side.
We've got Reese and JH both up 2 off the start. Someone's losing the 1 position, but I'm sure he won't mind too much. Polka's down 3 though, so she's had a pretty poor start by her standards. But it is Duncan with that brilliant move from the inside, then to the outside around the first couple of corners, taking the lead of this Grand Prix. And the field has already spread out quite a lot. We've got Lewis into the pits as well, as is McEwen, as is Wiggy, as is Bland, as is Jibjab. So we've got 5 drivers already in the pits, 2 Hatters, 2 Ferraris and a Mercedes. Top 4 kind of spread out, no moves really on for them at the moment. It looks like we've got a Renault, that's Connor pressuring the back of Kolka as he looks to try and make a move for P7 here.
Bland is getting absolutely ruined in the pit lane. He was involved when Twinham went off the track and rejoined. He damaged the Haas driver's wing, and now he's had to wait for his teammate to have his wing changed. It's a disaster start for him.
Well, things couldn't get any worse for Bland, leaving the session as well. Losing a bit of wing and pitting on the first lap. So yeah, definitely not a good start for him, but seemingly not really his fault, as Connor's got a pretty nice run there out the final corner. Is he going to try and go for a move here on Kolka? Let's see what his straight line speed is relative to the Renault. Seems to be fairly even really, although Kolka's just pulling away slightly. I don't think Connor's going to be able to go for a move just yet, and he's not. So the top 8 remaining as they were, top 9, top 10, top 11, top 12 remaining as they were for now.
Just flicking through them quickly.
The field is already pretty spread out.
Yeah, so just flicking through them quickly. Curtis has had a brilliant start at 6, but he's pretty much out of his ERS already. So he's obviously pushed very hard in the opening 2 laps to get up to where he is. Connor looking very racy behind Kolka at the moment. He seems to be struggling a bit in the early stages. Matt's held position in 6 pretty safe, and now he's got a little bit of a gap between him, both front and behind. He's just about clinging onto these top 5 who are all within DRS of each other. So if he's not in the DRS this lap, he could be struggling a bit, although he has got a big ERS advantage. So JH, who's directly in front, could be getting a move for the lead as well here, Harry.
Yeah, I'm following VR. He's in the slipstream of Duncan, down the straight here. He's got the DRS. Duncan moves to the inside to cover it off. Is VR going to try it around the outside? He brakes slightly later than the Alpha, but it's not late enough to really go for that move around the outside. But he is going to get the run now down into turn 4 here. There's again another DRS zone to help him along. He's got a pretty good run. Duncan once again covering the inside, and it's not going to be... VL's not going to be close enough this time. Good defence, as you say, from Duncan. He remains in the lead for now, and well, as we kind of mentioned, top 8, 9, 10, all remaining the same. Tuman has gained a position as Klopp has pitted, so I wonder if there's something happened to Klopp. I don't know if any of you caught it.
No, I didn't. I was just going to say that was really good defence from Duncan actually. Both times, both straights, making the time up early to cover the inside. And yeah, doing more than enough to keep VR behind. Although I think we should be about to see round 2.
He's running low on the ERS as well.
Yeah, I was going to say VR already having a big ERS advantage. Don't think we can see any more moves. And as I predicted just over a lap ago, something is already being dropped by the 5, although at the moment, as it stands, more than enough for him to be in a championship winning position.
Duncan again
Long way
defending
to
well
go.
from VR in the McLaren. Covered the inside, he's used pretty much all his ERS though, that's the only downside, although VR's running relatively low, he's already used over half of his. A little bit of contact there on the exit turn 4. You know all too well that can end pretty
it's a horrible
James,
corner it's a horrible corner to go side by side in. Yeah, I could see it ending in tears when he tried the outside, but yeah, who am I to talk? I've had my fair share of incidents in the past around that corner.
This top 5 though really continuing up now, they're all covered by less than 3 seconds. As Liam, Riggsy and JH are all trying to join in this battle for the lead. VR, then he's going to get another run as he gets a little bit loose on the curb there, out of the final corner, I'm going to keep calling it the final corner.
Yeah, it's basically a final corner, isn't it?
And here we go, he's got the DRS. Duncan again is going to cover the inside early, but it's going to be to no avail this time. As VR then round the outside, it's going to be into turn 1. Duncan has to back out, and it is going to be VR taking the lead of the race. As it got taken away from him off the line, Duncan's going to look to come back at him, but it's not going to be available to him to go for the move as Liam closes up right onto the back of the Alpha in the braking zone there. Summoner's dropping off this top 5.
Unfortunately
for pace or got damage or something.
Unfortunately for Duncan, I think he's just pushed his TRS a bit too hard in the opening few laps. Yeah, he's kind of being sized up by the rest of these top 5. He's got a bit of a squabble between Wiggy and Jib Jab. Wiggy and Lewis. P14. Wiggy's going to try around the outside. That's a lovely move. He's pulled off before the braking zone.
We've got Riggsy all over the back of Liam. It's the battle for third now. Liam's got some really good straight line speed though, and he's going to look to go down the inside of Duncan into turn 1. Duncan defends it well again. Brilliant defending once again from the outside. Riggsy looks to go around the outside, and it becomes the inside for turn 2, and it becomes an incident between the pair of them. Bit of contact made. I don't know if Liam's got damage from that.
Yeah, he does. Right end plate's gone.
Be a bit ambitious with the move, although
yeah,
there was a move on.
I think it was too opportunistic personally to try and hold it around his outside there. But,
Southerners says thank you very much though, and sweeps down the inside of the McLaren to take P5, and now he's caught right up to the back of this front 4. So well, everything going Southerners' way at the moment.
No, I don't
Both
think
his championship rivals have pitted early on.
I don't think Liam did much wrong there personally. I don't think he was expecting a car to be looking at the inside there. That might be a bit of my Williams bias coming out, but no, I don't think that's the best place to go for a move there from Riggs. But yeah, unfortunately for both of them, it's resulted in damage as they both drove into the pits. Yeah, I thought that would have helped Williams to close right in, potentially to the DRS of the top 3, but yeah, it's not happened, although he's still pulling away from Coulter. But at the moment the ball's certainly in his court, it has to be said.
Oh, we've got
Duncan VR again.
James.
Bit of
I've only
contact.
just seen it.
Yeah, it's around turn 4, turn 5, whatever, turn 4 I think it is again.
Duncan
More
gets the lead
contact.
back though.
Yeah, it was a nice move actually. I think about as clean as it can be around that corner. Unfortunately for me, we're going to keep mentioning it, so yeah, just gonna have to suck that one up. They're all making it cleanly down that corner, which is better than what I've ever done. So fair play to him.
Yeah, I think Sumner's lost out a little bit because he was unfortunately caught up to Liam kind of at the wrong time through the final.
He's found another 4 tenths on him.
Well, this has been the theme though actually, when I've been spectating or when I've been sort of looking at the timings. Sumner's gains through the middle sector, I guess, where the dirty air will be affecting those ahead of him, but then down the straights without the DRS, as we've got DRS for VR, and he's looking round the outside yet again of Duncan into turn 1, but Duncan once again defends the position very well. VR's going to look to have another go though into turn 4. but he's not going to be close enough and he's not running any overtakes, so I think he's just having to sit back for now.
Ranga's just got past Connor P6 as well, Harry. I guess this is probably a good chance to ask Joe if he's spotted anything we might have missed.
Yeah, that pass, Ranga and Connor, has resulted in damage for Ranga. Connor was actually trying to get past Kolka. He lost it a little bit in traction, and just I've only seen it once, but I need to see it more. But it seems like he didn't see Ranga coming up his inside into the fast left and kind of just turned in. And that resulted in Ranga's damage, as you can see probably if you're watching it now. But yeah, other than that, I mean, everyone doing down is lonely race, and I mean the race is falling into some of his hands at the minute. Really, he's just picking up places when people are crashing. As we're about to see a pass.
Yeah, we are about to see an overtake for the lead. So these two yet again going at it, but Duncan, the recurring theme for these first
Matt's
10
in the
laps,
DRS now as well.
Very well. But yeah, as you say, all this battling is allowing Summers to gain on the pair of them.
Doesn't need to fight into the podium,
P12 on the mediums, so he'll definitely have to pit again. Klopp's gone to the hard, so he might try and take them to the end, but he'll definitely have a bit, well, he'll definitely be a bit slower. He won't have the grip advantage that you'll get, as I've done something with the camera, which I didn't mean to do. Apologies for that.
I think
as we kind of said earlier, the strategy is sort of softs and mediums, so the hards probably don't want to be on them if possible, but obviously Klopp kind of got put into a situation where he had to go onto the hards and try and take these to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for McEwen and Klopp, they need a safety car really to have any chance. Southerners now has the luxury, as I say, that he runs off the track, but yeah, he has the luxury of just sort of holding position in P4 and bringing it home really. Unless he makes a mistake, which Titch really won't for his sake, but yeah, unless he does, should be comfortably enough points to get the job done. But
VR had a little bit of a tap there from JH in turn 1, got a bit out of shape. Duncan as well lost the back end a little bit, so they've really closing in on one another now as he's going to go around the outside again at turn 4.
Great scrap.
It's not really been working for him thus far, and it's not worked again. Duncan defending the inside very well. VR really needs to try and get the inside line into these corners, because Duncan's defending it every time and it's not working for VR trying to go around the outside. But well, to Duncan's credit, he has defended extremely well. Although it might not be in his best interest to keep defending like this, because it's allowing those behind to close up, as Summers did. Duncan as well, he's managed to get a lot of his DRS back. He's up to around 50% now. VR in a fairly similar position, but slightly more for him, 70%. I think this is just going to keep going. They're just going to keep going at it, these two. As VR again looking to try and go for the move, but again he's being forced to the outside. He's backing off. He's down for some weird reason.
I think that's
someone's had a look at JH.
He's thinking about the championship. Definitely backed out of that very early. He probably could have gone down the inside. Of course, doesn't need to do it, but I'm sure he'd love to win the championship with a race victory. Yeah, it probably is using these top 4 times the front two battling so much, but it's great entertainment for the stream so far throughout the first third of this race. Connor closing
separated
as well.
Pretty much a second. 4 cars even separated by just over a second. Duncan again getting loose. Feeling the pressure.
Seems to be struggling on the tyres a bit from what we've seen over the last couple of laps. I think around lap 12 they're really going to be crying out. We want to take him to about 14 or 15 if you even want to think about getting into those medium towards the end. But no one diving in yet to try the on the hards. I'd be surprised if anyone would, because you're probably going to lose so much time on them. As they battle for the lead going again. VR once again opting for the outside.
It's the same story though.
Although I should think that's probably Duncan forcing them to the outside. They're giving each other as much room as they can. Some pretty difficult corners to go side by side into are the centre S's. And now VR once again has to go to the outside. He's going to try it into turn 4 and he makes it stick. Duncan leaving room. This is great respectful racing between the two of them.
He backs out to VR. Well,
this
I
is
mean,
great
yeah,
to
as
watch.
you say, really
Coulter,
respectful driving from the pair of them. Duncan leaving ample room around every corner, and all the while defending the inside and really forcing VR to go the long way round. And it really is proving the long way because, well, it's not working for VR
Coulter's
at the
flying up
moment. He
towards
gets a
him
bit
though, Harry.
wide there onto the curb, and yeah, as you say,
It was
Coulter
2.5 last
has
lap.
gained
The gap.
over a second in a lap and has nearly gotten to the DRS of this group.
She's
It could
taking
be
Connor
an
with her as
opportunity
well.
for Summoners to go for an undercut and try and get a jump on these guys. These are the back of this pack as JH does that and Summoners does as well, so maybe he was listening to us. But here we go, VR yet again around the outside. I'm shaking my head and rolling my eyes as he tries it yet again, but it might work for him this time as he's got the inside and he's further along the side or further ahead of Duncan this time. Bit of contact on the exit and VR picks up a penalty as well. And they're going to be going side by side now down the straight. VR getting onto the grass. That would have lost him a bit of momentum and Duncan sweeps on back past. And this battle continuing on then yet again. It's been like this for 14 laps. This race has been going on for. And again they're going to go round the outside as VR at turn 6. He tries it. But again, Duncan defending that inside line, and it's just not working for VR. He's got to try and switch it up here, but it's Duncan. He's covering that inside very early, and it's just not working for VR.
This is going to kill the top two. JH Southerners have pitted for hard tyres, but they're in clear air. So these top two, if they keep battling out, they may well be undercutted.
Yeah, undercut's
Slightly
huge round here,
surprising
of course.
They've done 13 laps on the softs. You would have thought they could have done 20 odd on the mediums.
I guess
see what VR hits for.
I guess the wear at the end could just be too costly, losing them too much time. If they can stick in the DRS at the top two, then it shouldn't matter what tyres they're on. We've seen Hooperlicious, of course, going for the hard tyres quite a lot recently in Elite, and it works out well for him being able to stick with the guys on mediums. But yeah, both JH and Stone's using a lot of their ERS this lap. They'd saved all of it back up in the pits. But we've got Renault, I think that's Coulter on mediums. Wrangler's tried and on mediums that we didn't quite catch. Duncan's actually stayed out for another lap, which is very surprising. VR went on to mediums and he's slotted in between Stone's and JH. That's a net P2, you can say, for VR. Only driver with a penalty there inside this sort of
given the situation Summers finds himself in terms of the championship, nothing really, he doesn't need to risk anything, especially with the tyres, so going to hards, it might be the safer option, but he definitely won't have any troubles, as you say, with tyre wear or the like at the end of the race. He really needs to try and stick to the back of VR and JH. The JH had some incredible pace on that outlap. He pulled out of Summoners DRS as well. So Summoners having VR slot in between him and JH was really a bit of a blessing for him. As well, the biggest gap we've seen between VR and another car really the whole race. And it's only 6/10. Duncan stays out another lap, so I wonder if he's waiting on a safety car or a VSC to aid him, or whether he's just not so confident on those mediums lasting as long as perhaps VR thinks they will. Well, I'm assuming Duncan is on mediums, considering he's done 16 laps already on the...
Yeah, someone's actually dropping out of the DRS with JH and VR. Yeah, doing enough though at the moment. It probably won't be the best start for him. They're losing touch with the top two slightly, but I mean, if he can bring it home where he is at the moment, I'm sure it'll be ecstatic with that one. Coulter still there or thereabouts, sort of lurking in the back on the mediums as well.
Coulter's gaining
time, yeah.
Connor is as well, for that matter.
Yeah, just about.
Riggs using Connor's DRS as well, James. So they're all sort of closing in on Southerners. I guess, as you say, though, as it stands, he only needs a couple of points to seal the championship up tonight. Clock should be able, I think, to go to the end. But he'll need a safety car, as you say, because everyone else in the top 10 has pitted.
Duncan will have the freshest tyres out of the lot, and he's not actually lost anywhere near as much time as I thought he would. So this could be a real big advantage for the Alfa Romeo driver. Also
Predators
Ricky as well,
and
I
Suman
Sorry.
are the only two yet to pit. They both started on the mediums. And McEwen as well, 14 laps on his medium, so he'll definitely have to pit again before the end. So I'd say this is looking like McEwen's championship challenge all but over, which is a strange thing to say because you would have thought it would have been already, considering he missed 4 or 5 races. So it's been a very valiant effort from him. Obviously I don't want to speak too soon because there is still over half the race yet to go, but obviously as it stands, no matter what McEwen does,
Yeah, just wanted to touch on Wrigley quickly actually, because of course we saw him get that damage with that rather opportunistic move on Liam, but the big undercut on the hard tyres for him has brought him right back into this race. Obviously he'll be struggling with tyre wear towards the end, I'm sure, but he's still there or thereabouts. If there's a safety car or an incident, he's in about a net P6, I think, P7 maybe. But yeah, I mean, he's right in this battle for the net lead, really, if you look at it. We've got VR pulling out of JH's DRS, though, almost.
Interesting penalty. Suman's just got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting and gaining a position.
I'm not quite sure how he's managed that, because he's still in P2. Yeah, that's a bit of a...
Yeah,
bit of an
exactly.
interesting... Might be a glitch, I guess, of course. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to
We've got
mention
Duncan
as well,
James
actually, Harry.
right on the back of JH.
I just remembered I saw in the stream chat right at the start that it was Lewis that spun McEwen at the first corner, and that's why McEwen ended up with the damage. They had an incident on the formation lap and at the race start. Yeah, for some reason I forgot to mention that, but just remembered it now.
Duncan's going for the move on JH. This is for net P2, and he goes down the inside. He's trying to use those fresh mediums to his advantage, and he's got the move done. He is pretty low on the ERS though, as is VR really. They both use a lot of their ERS, but VR is nearly out of the DRS range of Duncan behind. JH, on the other hand, has got around 50% of his battery left. Summoners is right in the 60s, high 60s for him, as we've got Connor and Colker going side by side in the background there. Summoners as well has nearly caught back up into the DRS of the guys ahead, which is good news for him. Colker and Connor going side by side, Colker keeping the position for now. But well,
just set the fastest lap of the race as well on that previous lap.
As I say, Wrigley to the back of them on the hards, although he's going to be touch and go as to whether Wrigley can get to the end on those tyres. And well, that comes together with Liam has really put both of them on the back foot. Liam also, of course, he's about 4 seconds or so behind Wrigley, and he's got a time penalty to his name as well.
Rango catching back up to this big group as well. I believe he pitted early to change his wing, although I've not actually been able to get an off-board shot of him yet, so I can't confirm that. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to Joe. We haven't heard from you in a little while. Anything
Was the last thing you said about the Ranger?
Yeah.
Wing, you mean? Yeah, he
Yeah.
changed his wing in the pits. Yeah, I think this racing battle between Colker and Connor is kind of costing Colker to get into Southerners DRS. Kind of keeps trying, and it's kind of they obviously the pack's gradually closing up. But if Connor was to kind of hold back a little bit and allow Colker to reel in the DRS of Southerners, then it might be better for him. Other than that, it's actually interesting to see Tooman out front because he's only 19 laps in on his mediums, and maybe it's potentially aiding his teammate to hold up these front guys to give Matt more of a chance.
Yeah, I hadn't actually noticed
Tooman
in that position, but yeah, as you say, he's right in the thick of it with the front runners. Predators now actually coming into pits, as is Tooman. So there you go, on cue. They're both hit, and Connor is yet again going past Polka. But it's another one of these race on battles that we've been seeing. As we've had at the front, we're also having in the middle of the points paying positions. Connor up into P5 now, and Rissy is right on the back of these. McEwen and Liam battling out. McEwen has just got past Liam, but he should still have to pit again by the looks of things. Summers has dropped off a little bit from the guys in front again, so I wonder if he made a little mistake or what, but he has got well, quite a lot more battery than those ahead of him, as Colker's gotten back past Connor with a brilliant move down the inside at turn 6. Summoner's 75% on the ERS. He's got a lot more than those ahead. I don't know if he's listening to us, but if he is, it might be time to start using it.
I really, sorry, I really think
on the back of them.
Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I think he's probably just he's not pushing as much as he could. Obviously, he's got a championship on the line. He's probably trying to take it easy, not getting any penalties, and hopefully you can pick up at the end on other in-game penalties.
Yeah, if I was in this situation, I'd be playing it safe like that. I think he probably is. Just no need to risk it. P4 is still a very good result, and at the end of the day, P4 gets in the championship, so no need to push it too hard. Obviously, as I said earlier, it'd be nice to win it or win it with a win or a podium, but yeah, doing more than enough. McEwen pitting for a second time for a set of softs to the mediums to the end. Medium. Interestingly enough, yeah, I'm not quite sure where that one's come from. Maybe a mistake on the tyres from Ferrari, but Predator's looking good with some solid points actually. P10 at the moment, but on those soft tyres. Could be closing in on Liam quite quickly. Liam on old hards as well, of course. Don't forget about that one.
This top three are starting to close up to one another a bit more yet again. Of course, as you say, someone is probably playing it a little bit safe. Although, well, I would say he's at risk of Colker getting his DRS. Although, having said that, he's kept the gap relatively stagnant for the last few laps. So he doesn't seem to really be at any threat, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind being in this sort of position, sort of just out on his own, able to sort of run his own race. And obviously the 12 points that he is picking up as it stands is more than enough to take the title, given that Clock and McEwen are 12th and 13th, and well, they're a long way off the point.
Predator's just getting in with a fastest lap as well. Just worth noting that, worth pointing that one out. An extra point to his tally, although I think that's a racing point bringing in the constructors' title as it stands, with Simmons and P4, of course. This penalty that VR has at the moment is really going to bite back to bite him. That would be him dropping down off of the podium as it stands, which would it? No, not quite anymore. Not anymore.
It's touch and go.
Yeah, it is. It's very close. But I should think if Simmons can keep the gap sort of where it is at the moment, under 2 seconds really would be ideal, because he'll be flying at the end on his hards. They'll be about 40-50%. They'll be getting a lot better than those mediums are. So yeah, same with JH as well. I think JH is probably a good shout for the win if it stays as it is at the moment. Obviously, still only 2 bars of the way through the race, but he's within a second of the top 2, and his tyres will be much better towards the end. But we still have to wait and see on that one.
Their tyres should start to drop off a little bit relative to the hards at the end of the race. That's where JH will look to try and benefit. But we might see a bit of a continuation in the battle between Duncan and VR. It's not been happening. It's sort of died off for a few laps, but they're back at it now as Duncan is down the inside. VR's giving Duncan the inside, so he's obviously not learnt from Duncan's defending tactics that the inside is really where he should be placing his heart, although on this occasion it did not matter because Duncan could not get past. He will have the DRS down into turn 4, but he's probably slightly too far back to move, which he is. JH is actually dropping out of their DRS though, because he's just been overtaken by Bland, who is a lap down, so I'm sure that would have probably peed him off quite a lot, I'd imagine, as well,
he might
going to have a
be,
lapped car getting in this battle for first and second, which is really not what you want, as Bland's just left the session and gone off the track.
Yeah, the tables have turned really. It's now VR who's very low on his ERS, with Duncan of course earlier on. JH pushing hard now to try and get back into their DRS. So he's still within that 2 second gap that I said he'd probably want to be within. Colker's just not doing not doing enough, not able to do enough really to close in. And yeah, her mediums can be going off relatively soon, I should think. In the next 4 or 5 laps, they're going to be screaming out. Connor's still right over the back of the Renault, as it has been the whole race, really. Yeah, not really much else to.
Oh, down the inside, he's gone for it. Late move from Duncan, but he's gone down the inside of VR and he's gotten it done. Caught me off guard there slightly because I wasn't expecting him to go for the move, but he has got it done, and alas is now into the lead once again. However, he did use a lot of DRS to get that done. I was actually going to say that Duncan was slightly struggling. The VR seemed to have better straight line speed, so it kind of didn't matter that he wasn't covering the inside. Although having said that, Duncan dived it down the inside. The move was on, and he got it done. Good move from Duncan. He takes the lead of the race back off of VR, but well, take my word for it, that won't be the end of this battle as VR looks to come back straight away. Duncan to the inside, I'm going to call it right now. Oh no,
Ooh.
He doesn't cover the inside.
There was a bit of contact there.
VR taps the back of him trying to get the switch underneath, and well, the one time Duncan doesn't send the inside is the one time that he loses the position. So there you go, although he's coming straight back at him. Here we go, they're back at it again. All bit of contact, the hand comes up from VR. Round the outside, he's going to try and stick it. And it looks like he's got the move done, or he's held position. The change has dropped back from these two, and Summers is gaining on him slightly. Colker as well, or Colker and Connor yet again battling, as Joe mentioned. Does seem to be sort of stunting Colker's progress a bit, as now she's losing quite a bit of time to Connor, and maybe Connor's trying to gain on Southerners, as my control batteries are low, so hopefully they'll stick it out to the end of the race.
I just, to put in there quickly, I just thought I'd have a look at the lap record to see if anyone was near to it, and Predators actually now holds the official SLR lap record with that 1 minute 9.183. That beats Para Quick's lap from season 1. So yeah, that's a new lap record at the moment being held by Predators, although that could be beaten later on in the weekend, of course, with the Elite Boys yet to come. But yeah, at the moment that's a lap record for Predators.
So, oh, contact Lewis and Lil Wiggy, and Lewis has just put Wiggy in the wall there. The Mercedes knocked into the wall. I was just going over this because I saw them going side by side. Clock's now on the back of the Haas, so Lewis in the wars. Another incident that he's been involved in this race. Clock's currently down in 14th, not looking likely to be scoring any points given the gap that he has to the cars ahead. McEwen as well looking pretty unlikely to be getting points. So as it stands, Southerners will be champion, but still 8 laps left to go. So Colker losing 2 positions. She lost the place to Connor and then Ridgely in rather quick succession, and this battle for the lead is continuing. Ish, because Duncan has dropped off slightly. Oh, where are we? Ranga's going for a move though. Well, the looks of things, although he's got absolutely no ERS. Riggsy had a look at Connor. Ranga had a look at Colker. No moves done. We'll head over to Joe.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much to update. I mean, you've got like 2 separate DRS trains with the Colker. Well, it used to be Colker and Connor, but now Connor's fronting it. But nothing else has really happened. Clock did pit a couple of laps ago for softs. I guess he's just strapped on a set of softs just to try and get fastest lap. Not that he will get a point for it because he's out of points, but yeah, I did see the Wiggy and Bland incident as well. I was watching it actually because they had a really good battle for the pretty much from the very start of the lap. They were going at it, and unfortunately it ended the way it did. But yeah, there's nothing really to say at the minute.
No, it's kind of gotten to the stage of the race as we've so often had this season where it's kind of all just died down a little bit. Everyone sort of calms down, although it's taking slightly longer than usual perhaps for that to occur, as we've got Riggsy though, who's looking for a move on Connor to try and get up to 5th, but Connor covers the inside. Riggsy not close enough on this occasion to go for the move.
Here we go for the lead.
Duncan might be though. Yeah. Down into turn 4. On the inside, bit of a squeeze from VR, contact made, but thankfully neither driver suffering too badly from it.
Oh, no,
JH
not
has
there.
now got back into their
They've
DRS.
done so well to keep this
Tried
clean.
it down the inside, and he's trying it down the inside again into turn 7.
Some pretty
Gonna be the
unorthodox
outside for 8 contact made.
manoeuvres from both of
Front
them,
left
really.
to side pod. Duncan gets his elbows out and keeps the position for now. What a battle this has been, all race long between the pair of them. Duncan doesn't need to do this, as VR obviously does have a time penalty, although I'm sure he'd want to take the win on track, should it stay as it is. Go to JH, and he will get a pretty good view of VR going for the move on Duncan. Duncan covering the inside, as he has done for the majority of the race. VR round the outside, he gets it done this time. More convincing with his overtaking than he was in the first stint. He's got it done. Connor and Riggsy as well going at it through the first couple of corners. Riggsy's got a pretty nice run out the centre S. Trying it around the outside of turn 3. Connor covers the inside early, but Riggsy's got the ERS. He's not got any ERS. Round the outside of turn 4, and he's got it done.
Duncan VR again.
Oh, Connor's gone. Connor's in the wall. And somehow Polka and Branger both avoided the Williams and slapped the wall there on the exit of turn 4. Good reactions there from the pair of them. And again, we've seen another driver hit the wall and not lose the wheel. I don't know if there's something about the barriers around here, whether they've got some bubble wrap on them or what, but we haven't had anyone retire from this race thus far. Touch wood, we don't see anyone retire, as we're going to have another battle, another pass for the lead, I think. We are again to the outside. Do I even need to say it anymore?
The only reason I can think of that Duncan would the only reason I can think of that Duncan would want the lead is just to keep a car in between him and JH, because obviously neither have a penalty as of yet. Although this could all end in tears, I could see it ending in tears quite easily, but it's been like this for the last 32 laps, and neither of them look like giving up the fight just yet. All this though has allowed Summers to catch up about a second in the last 2 or 3 laps, and he's now going to be within DRS pretty shortly, and so this will see VR drop off of the podium unless one of the guys behind picks up a penalty.
Yeah, so Connor's pitted, that's put McEwen up into P11 and just 1 position, 6/10 off of the points, although as it stands that would not be enough to keep the championship going to Abu Dhabi. As you mentioned, Summoners is just about in the DRS of these top 3, sorry. It is the top 4 with Summoners included. And JH now, here we go, this is when his hard tyres are going to probably be in better shape as he goes purple to the final sector. Duncan tries it around the outside of VR into turn 1. He has to be late on the brakes to avoid JH going for the move. They're going side by side through turn 2, and JH is going to get the run on the pair of them out of turn 2. I'm tense enough.
Oh my god, I can't watch.
Oh no. Oh no.
And they go 3 wide into turn 4, and how on earth is no one...
That is an absolutely unbelievable overtake for JH. JH just did a double overtake. That was unbelievable.
JH, what a move. I apologise, I didn't catch it very well, although they were going side by side and I was trying to get a move from some of this perspective.
We've got McEwen on 2 minutes to P10 as well.
Lead.
Wait for cut in, move to P10. McEwen back up into the points, but unfortunately for him it's not enough. Renger and Polka were scrapping it out as well into turn 1.
Summoners with 60% battery at his disposal. This could be the chance that he needs to try and get onto
He's been waiting for
the
his
podium
final charge.
on track.
I'm going to take this opportunity to ask the stream chat. We've got 44 viewers at the moment, so thanks for everyone that's been tuning in throughout the race to go for their drive of the day. We've got Baggy Fan coming in early. He says Southerners or Duncan.
Duncan's got a great run as well. Out of turn 2 and 3, and he's going to have a look as he into turn 4 thinks about it, but JH just about covering him off, but could be another side-by-side moment through turn 6. not on this occasion, but Duncan pushing every lap he has pushed. Whoever's been ahead or behind him, it's been a brilliant drive in only his second SLR race. Same for VR in only his second race as well, battling for the podium positions throughout. I could give you a reason as to why any of the guys in the top 4 could be a good shout for driver of the day. Because VR's also a little bit of time there to Duncan, and Summers could be about to go for a move.
I think
here.
he is. We haven't had the
He's
championship
using a lot
fight
of his
we would have
battery.
wanted this race, but the battle for the lead, for the top 4 positions, has been absolutely amazing. From lap 1 to lap 35 as we're on now. I'm a little surprised Summers didn't use more of his battery to try and get a move there, but of course
I
we'll
don't
get
think he's
further
bothered at this
penalties.
point.
No.
2 laps to go. What's
Neither
the
of
point
the
of
guys in front
risking
have
it?
any though.
Duncan is trying to risk it because he's still going. He's still pushing JH. Try and get the lead back. Oh, these top 4, less than 2 seconds covered a lot of them.
I've just been absolutely ignored by the whole stream chat when I asked for driver of the day. 52 people now watching. I've got none since I asked for some, so that's always useful.
Fat L.
It really is.
Duncan and JH both have absolutely no ERS. Duncan's quite a way behind though, so I'm not
None of the
sure
top
if
three
we're
have
going
any.
to see. Riggsy's lost it and has dropped a couple of
Disappointing.
positions down
Mhm.
to 7. He's on 26 lap old hards. I wonder if
He's got a puncher, rear right puncher.
There you go.
He thought about carrying on for the final lap, but I think he would have done well to get anything out of it either way. That's gutting for Riggs. He drops out of the points now. McEwen up into 9th, that'll be Tooman up into 10th. Slaps on fresh set of the soft compound tyres. Unfortunately, he won't be able to go for the fastest lap either, considering it was on lap 35. That's just happened.
I think this is going to be it though for the top 3, top 4. It looks like JH has done enough. He made the move at the right time. He bided his time and made the move when it counted, when it mattered. He got it done. And it looks as though JH is going to take his second victory of the season here. But more importantly, as we round the final few corners, on board with your new Division 1 champion for Season 5, it is Southerners in the Racing Point. He's weaving already, and Southerners takes the title with P4. It is JH with the win. Southerners onto the podium. And
Get in there,
the
Matt.
new Division 1 champion. Brilliant drive under pressure from him. Fully deserved. The consistency he's shown throughout the season just shows why he deserves to be champion. It was Polka in 5th from Ranga. Predators with a good drive up to 7th. McEwen comes home 8th, but it's not enough to carry on the title for the next few, or the next round, sorry, the final round in Abu Dhabi. Liam's 9th after that early contact with Riggsy. Tooman 10th, and Riggsy, unfortunately with that puncture, has to settle for 11th and no points this evening. Connor is 12th. Clock yet again not having the best of luck at Brazil and missing out on the championship for the second season in a row. But he's had a good season on the whole, has Clock. So commiserations to him, but congratulations to Southerners, who is your new SLR F1 Division 1 Season 5 World Champion.
I'm getting messages from him now because I'm talking through text, and he's well, I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. We're gonna hear from him in a minute, but he's going absolutely mental. Obviously I know more than anyone how much this means to him and how much effort, how much time he's dedicated to try and do this, and he's I'm so proud of him.
think he's got driver of the day in the bag as well, which yeah, hard to argue with that. Obviously winning the championship in style, third place. Yeah, I have no complaints giving Summers driver of the day at all. Although I think Duncan, for me, comes in a very strong second. His defending was brilliant for the whole race. For him and VR not to collide at all for the whole 36 laps, they were pretty much going neck and neck. Yeah, great drive from Duncan as well. I'm sure he'll be pretty good with come home in P2. We'll get the top three into the party now.
So, there we have it. JH takes the win for the Brazilian Grand Prix, his second victory of the season, followed by Duncan, only his second race here in SLR, but a P2 for his efforts, and a very impressive drive from him. Southerners, the champion, takes P3 after penalties, but I'm sure he won't care one bit. VR is fourth after having a brilliant race on battle with Duncan. Slightly unlucky, you might say, to only finish fourth, but a good effort from him. Nevertheless, Kolka was fifth. Relatively quiet race in terms of where she finished, but it was far from it after that battle with Connor throughout. And I don't know if Matt's audio was included there, but well, he let out a very big cheer in the party. So I'll hand it over to James for the interviews. But before he starts, I'd like to say congratulations to the top three. JH, of course, with the victory. Duncan for his P2 in only his second SR race. And of course, to Matt, world champion, Southerners in the Racing Point. Brilliant season from him, and thoroughly deserved. But I will hand it over to James for the podium interviews.
Yeah, I think we'll get we'll do Matt last, rightly so. I think as the champion, we'll start with Duncan in P2. To be honest, mate, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure you'll be gutted with that one. Your defending was absolutely brilliant for the whole race, the whole 36 laps, and to come home second in the end after a fantastic drive. Yeah, either way, it was a brilliant result for you in only your second race in SLR. But I'm sure you'll be a little bit disappointed not to have got the win. Yeah, I just want to talk to you quickly about your tyre strategy as well, staying out quite a bit longer than everyone else and then going for those mediums. They seem to die off a bit at the end compared to JH on the hards, but was going long and going for the mediums always your plan? Yeah. Either way, you've come home second in driver of the day as well. You've been pipped by Southerners who of course won the championship. But yeah, a great drive from you. I was really impressed with it actually, considering it was only your second race in SLR. And so yeah, well done to you on second place.
I just want to say that Duncan's mic audio wasn't ticked. I've just been told.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Oh no. Oh well. We'll move on. Don't worry about it.
Long story short, he had good pace on mediums, run out of tyre wear at the end.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing not to win, but a podium on second race in SLR. A very good job. We'll move on to JH then. Your race winner, I believe your second race win of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong though on that one. Another podium to add to your collection. You've had a great run of form towards the end of the season. Firstly, I just want to talk to you about that fantastic move you made round the outside of both Duncan and VR into turn 4. How was it on board from your perspective?
It was on the inside, but on board it was a little bit,
Was it?
little bit iffy.
My bad.
It's all good. This past week I went back and thought about my racecraft, and I realized I think it was 3 races in a row with Southerners where he and I came together. So this race I really just tried to keep it clean the entire time. While VR and Duncan, they were clearly faster than me, but they're battling in front of me. I stayed about a second back the whole race. I didn't want to get involved. They crashed, and it paid off. And congrats to Southerners. Definitely deserved.
Yeah, I just want to ask you the same question quickly as Duncan. Really, was your plan always to go to the hard tyres? Because did you think they'd be better at the end than the guys trying the mediums?
I did. I've been doing some Grand Prix practice, 50% races, and all the AI always did soft to hard. So I figured they would do it the best. So I just copied them. But had the 2 in front of me not been battling, soft and mediums definitely the strategy for next time.
Yeah, well done on the win then. I'm sure you'll be up there come next season, showing some strong form towards the end. We'll now move on to your driver coming home in 3rd place, but I'm sure that's not the result he'll be the most pleased with this evening. As we've mentioned already in the stream, you'd be living under a rock if you haven't heard it in the past sort of 5 minutes or so. But your new Division 1 champion, I guess it's quite fitting that I'm the one interviewing you, considering that was me last season. But Southerners, yeah, brilliant. I'm really pleased for you. I've been speaking to you sort of throughout the season. I know how much you've been working for it, how much you've wanted it. So yeah, obviously commiserations to Clock and McEwen, who were dealing with a shout, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. But yeah, I'll just let you talk, put your emotions out.
It's not a dream, is it? First of all, commiserations to Clock and Callum McEwen. It's a massive season of ifs and buts, and luck with everyone comes into, of course, Callum because of work. Clock's missed a race and he's been involved in a few incidents through no fault of his own. Tuman's been in the position as well. Yeah, under constructors as well. That's fantastic. So massive well done, Tuman, buddy. Absolute pleasure. I can't find the word, really, if I'm honest. Yes, for the past, prior to a year ago, for about 10 plus years, it's been pain, anxiety, depression, and trauma. And I was never able to feel such joy because it was always clouded over by what was going on in my head. But since in the past year, I've managed to pull myself together and get the right help and just not have those troubles upstairs now. So this is like the first moment for as long as I can remember, probably ever, that I can actually enjoy a moment where I feel top of the world and just enjoy it. I can't believe it.
If you're not crying in the Twitch chat, then you're not real.
You've got no ideas.
I feel you.
The championship is amazing to win. I'm part of SLR history now, being a champion with the likes of Jam, Ham, the Beast. It's such an amazing community with amazing people to be a champion amongst them people. It's unbelievable. I can't find the words, to be honest.
I've got to ask you though. I know it's probably not quite a given yet, but I'd be surprised if we don't see you in the elite division next season. Being an elite driver myself, I've got to ask you how you're feeling about it.
Honestly, I'm really excited. To be racing with you two, to be racing with my brother again, to be racing with Beast. I couldn't care any less if I'm at the back every single race. I'm a bloody SLR champion. It's worth it. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to race without pressure. Race knowing that with these bloody aliens in the league, not much is expected from me. Just I'm going to enjoy that. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd feel like this at the start of lockdown. It was actually you, Ham, who actually messaged me to ask if I was interested in joining a racing league, and I was very anxious about it. It was just watching that would be part of it. And then when I saw last season the likes of Dark Zenon, yourself, Jam, Beast win championships, and I saw how everyone was and how they're being congratulated, I thought, I said to myself, oh, I wish this was me. I wish this is me, but I didn't know that 6 months later it was. I think it was one of you two who at the start of the season predicted me to win the title, and straight when I saw that on the Instagram story, I instantly thought, oh shit, pressure straight away. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It's the support in the past few weeks has been amazing. From the Racing Point family, Joe Baggy, race roller, on last Sunday he was absolutely amazing. Callum McEwen, despite being a championship rival, he's a champion. He might not be a champion on the track yet, but he's what a guy off the track. He's a champion in my eyes. Ranger as well. Just speaking to him a bit earlier, telling me just to go get it. Bennett Benz, check. There's so many you two as well, Jam and Ham, because like you mentioned earlier. I can thank everyone. SLR has given me a feeling which I thought I'd never ever feel for so long. That you can't replace that. That's priceless.
I'm so happy for you, mate. Yeah, well done. I don't really have too much more to comment. I think you've summed it up perfectly yourself, really. Just want to get a quick word in with Clock. Obviously, Brazil being your downfall in the championship once again, second season in a row. Hopefully for your sake, it's third time lucky next season. But yeah, I'm sure you've got a few words to say on both Southerners and also your own championship challenge.
Yeah, I think the same happiness he feels, I feel the same the other way. I mean, even though it was always going to be his championship to lose by the end, it's still so hard to take that when you've actually lost it, and the fact that I've lost it in a similar fashion twice in a row now as well. I mean, I don't help myself with my qualifying around Brazil, I'm not going to neglect that, but it's just, last season Division took me out, and this season McEwen spin, and I'm right behind him and I can't avoid him. It's just, I don't know, it's just my luck in Brazil, I guess. And once again, like in USA, when I have to change a wing early, there's no safety car. And yeah. I don't know. But a massive congratulations to Southerners, and hearing him speak, it makes me happy. It's him who won it, even though it's hard to be happy at all right now. But I've been trying to tell myself this week that it's not my championship to win. It will require quite a lot for me to win it, but it's still. I mean, I could have been 49 points behind him by now and lost it, and I would still have been really gutted. It's just the way it is. I've been here for 5 seasons now, and I've finished third once in a championship and second twice now, so. Or possibly second twice, I should say. It's not over this season yet, but there's nothing else that I want to win in this Drivers' Championship. I won the Joint Constructors, I've won the Constructors, but it's just something missing there. It's just so.
Yeah, I feel for you. I really do. I know how you're feeling, of course. I've run it up myself this season, but yeah, I'm sure you'll be up there again next season. You've always got the consistency. You can always pull a result out when you need to. But yeah, I'm sure even the biggest supporters of Matt of Southerners will be feeling for you at the moment. I just want to get a quick word from Ranga as well. He's joined. He might not have been expecting to speak, but as a league owner, as one of the ones heavily involved in Division 1, I'm sure. how was it for you seeing someone like Matt winning the title after a pretty difficult season? I'm sure it was for him.
Well, I'm honoured to be asked to speak. To be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to follow up after that. I only joined to hear it. In first hand because it was just pretty. I don't really know the word to describe it. I've never listened or heard to any sort of interview in SLR history quite like that one. I've just been watching it at a party with loads of the other boys, and it just brings you to tears. It really does. I don't really know how to summarise it. He's just an absolute champion of a bloke. Everything about him, and he deserves this more than anyone. And he's shown throughout the season, from start to finish, how much he wants it. And through thick and thin, when people have been having bad races, he might have had a couple bad ones himself, but he's always there or thereabouts, and that's what champions are made of. And I'm so proud of him. Me and Matt started becoming a bit matey after our battle in Abu Dhabi last season, and so I'm just like, I think it probably started as a bit of a rivalry. It's just turned into friendship, man. I'm so proud of him. I'm over the moon for him, and obviously, we know how I feel about Clock. Me and Clock go back a long way, and obviously, it would have been lovely to see Clock win the championship at the same time. So, and Callum, I was the same. I feel bad for both of them that they couldn't win it this particular occasion, but you've got to congratulate Matt, and he's. Yeah, I'm so proud of him. I'm over the moon for him.
Means so much.
It shows as well just how much of a great community we have. Obviously, that we've got, even the championship runner-up congratulating the winner, or championship second place at the moment. Congratulating. I mean, such joy as well in Matt's interview. It was great to listen to, and as well, Clock, a brilliant competitor as always. Showing some real respect and real class in his interview as well. I mean, as James and I, obviously champions in Elite the last 2 seasons, kind of relief almost it seemed in our interviews. Yours was just joy, and it was brilliant to listen to. I mean, supported all of you in Division 1, obviously from the outside as a commentator. It's brilliant to see. And of course, not only are you the Drivers' champion, you are also Constructors' champion, along with Tooman. So double champion for you. It's brilliant, really, that we've obviously got such a strong community here. That everyone's behind you. Everyone was behind Clock. Everyone was behind McEwen. But obviously, there can only be the one champion, and you've really shown your mettle today. With a drive like that, when the pressure was on to take P3, but we're approaching the 2.5 hour mark, near enough with the stream. So I will end it here, but I'm sure we'll.
Sorry, can I just say one more thing?
Yep, go for it.
Obviously I mentioned earlier about my troubles in the past. This championship is, if whoever's watching, if any of you have got feeling really down, really bad, from my experience, I can assure you it does get better if you find the right help. That championship was for all of you guys who are either struggled, are currently struggling, or just started struggling. With the right help, you can turn it around, and like myself now, you can feel that emotion you're dreaming of. So that is for all of you guys.
Well said.
Yeah, brilliant words. So then, on what has been, a rather emotional evening it's turned out to be, it was JH who took the win, his second win of the season here in the Brazilian Grand Prix, followed by Duncan, his second race in SLR, and already shown that he's got some good pace, perhaps a contender for next season with P2, and most importantly, Summoners P3 and the championship and the Constructors to go along with it. A brilliant evening for the Racing Point team. Commiserations, of course, to all the other drivers, not only Clock and McEwen, but everyone that's taken part this season. But that is all we've got time for this evening. Be sure to join us next weekend for the final round in Abu Dhabi, and of course for the other Brazilian races we have this weekend. But I will thank you all for watching, and I will thank everyone who has spoken in the interviews. I'd like to thank James as well for joining me in the commentary box, as well as Joe for his input as the TED role. Didn't probably get to him as much as perhaps he would have liked, but thank you to him as well. But that is all we have time for today. So thank you all and good night.
Get in there, man.
Fucking hell. Oh my fucking god, man. Oh my fuck.